Welcome to EnergizeUtv. This is a space for conscious conversation, grounded leadership, and embodied truth. I'm Angel Marie. Each episode delivers fresh perspectives, expert insight, and actionable strategies to help viewers elevate their energy, expand their potential, and live with greater purpose and vitality. This is not just a TV episode. It is a movement to awaken the world, raise collective consciousness, and inspire positive change. Oh, greetings and welcome to EnergizeUtv, where the beauty and the love of where energy meets modern life. I'm Angel Marie, your activation catalyst. And this week, I don't know if you've had the same thing happen to you, but it's been an interesting conversation this week. And it's been around money. So would you like to have more money? You probably would like to have more money. But do you see sometimes that your energy is sending the signal to stay away? And most people are doing the right thing with money and still wondering why it does not feel like it's ever enough. Are you kind of resonating with this? That's the kind of conversations I've been having with my students, with clients. And that's why this week is energy is the new money. I can take a moment on that. And that is why I've brought in an incredible guest. Now, I handpicked this one just for you. When I met her and saw her on stage, I was like, I want her because she understands that money is not just numbers on a page. It's energy. It's also trust. That's a big one. And it is also how you show up in life. So joining me today is Jamie Martorna, a licensed financial advisor for over 21 years, a certified retirement income professional, certified retirement counselor, dear friend, and a trusted light worker. Yet more importantly, she helps people create a healthier, more empowered relationship with money. Before we bring her on, though, today, let's anchor ourselves into something first that's because everything is, and what you talk about starts here. It really does. And you heard the question, do you want more energy? Or do you want more money? Or is your energy sending a signal to stay away? Let's go deeper into that. Because understanding energy is the powerful point here. Because it's the hottest thing going. Everybody's talking about it. And energy is not just an idea. It's not something just out there. Energy is happening in you, through you, and all around you, all day, every day, all at once. And it's always happening. And Einstein said, and I quote, energy can never be destroyed or created. It can only be changed from one form to another. Let's take a moment on that. So if energy is always in motion, always responding, then what you bring to each moment matters. Kind of like that same thing, what you bring about, you think about, whatever you're thinking about, you bring that energy. Because, you do not think your way into life first. You actually feel your way into it. You've heard me say this before. And I saw that the other day. It was really interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine, Linda. And we were talking. I just love chatting with her. And she brought up, Angel, you need to take a break. You need to go to the Japanese gardens. It's not very far from your house. You should go over there and just get out of the house, because I'm here and I work and do this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh. And she goes, I think the last time you went was with a friend of yours, was on your birthday. And she took you over there and she blindfolded you, didn't she? And it was so funny because I'm like, yeah, Linda, that was so much fun. When Kat did that, she called and said, I'm taking you someplace for your birthday and you're going to get blindfolded. And I was like, okay. And she took me over there. And Linda remembered that. This is the thing. that energy is about. Because energy is just not random. It's practical. It's directional. And the thing is when I got off the phone with her, with Linda, hung up, and I looked at my phone, I had a text from Kat. And what did it say? Hey, we need to go to the Japanese gardens again. Wow, that's energy. Those are those synchronicities that happen, because it isn't random. It is directional. And that is also about understanding that it's awareness also. That it is your internal guidance system giving you real-time information. And when you begin to trust it, oh my gosh, everything changes. And you really do feel differently in your life. So now stay with me. Your thoughts matter. Not because you need to control them and every single one of them. Holy moly, how could you? Because you have like over 80,000 thoughts a day. And they've proved that. And most of them are negative, and you're always doing what? We're looking at them go, no, I'm not in fear. No, I don't need that. No, I don't need to run from the lion. That's really what's happening. Because when your energy is organized, you can experience life in such a different way, because it's not fixed. And I want you to really get this one, because this is the important part. Reality is not fixed. It is in a field of vibrating energy, waiting for your mind to direct it, to respond to it. And that is that field that consistently is moving, adjusting, responding to where you're at. And it's not mindset. That's not it. This is science. So because when your thoughts are all scattered, what happens? Your energy follows that scattered. When your thoughts become intentional, your energy becomes more clear, and you're like, ooh, because you become more clear and your life starts to meet you in that place. So let's do this, because what you think about, you bring about. So, and I love this because I give this to all my students. Everything in my life is easy. Say it with me. Everything in my life is easy. Feel this and feel the words. Because you're not just saying words, you are directing your system. You are giving your body, your mind, your energy a new instruction. And no matter what is in front of you, you decide, you choose. Yeah, you choose it. That the energy you bring to it is easy. Everything is easy. Isn't that beautiful? So go ahead and take a breath. Take a breath right now. Isn't that beautiful? And allow this frequency of ease move through your body, because that's powerful conversation that we're having today. And I want you to be in that. So thank you for playing and programming, directing, organizing easy energy in your life. And if you know me, you know that I love every day on Facebook and also on Instagram, I come to you on stories and ask you to do what? Take a breath. Take that breath and drink that water. So let's drink water right now. Oh, and I can see my guest. She's drinking water right now, getting ready to come on. But you know what? Before we go to our guest today, let's move into the abundant energy and how this actually feels in your body and in your life. And this I take from the Shine On book. And through the Shine On book, number 42, I love this one, because personal abundance comes from fulfilling your unique desires. Ooh, what does that mean exactly? This abundance is not just about having more, is it? It's about knowing what actually means. And you know, taking this from the Shine On book, the 52 Secrets for Greater Success and Higher Self-Esteem, it steps into that. Because think about it. One person can look at abundance and it's all about money. Another person can look at abundance and it's about what? What's in their bank account. And that's what gives them value, confidence. And for another, it might mean freedom. Freedom with their time. For me, it's all about freedom. To do what I want, when I want, how I want. That is true freedom. For another, it might mean peace in their body and love in their home, space to breathe, travel, creativity, adventure. You know how I love adventure. Or waking up with no pressure and being able to be in that place. So I want you to take a moment right now. Stop what you're doing. I know you're running around the house, you're doing whatever you're doing, and take a breath with me. And ask yourself, what does abundance mean to me? Because it's not what social media says, right? It's not necessarily what your family says, what you grew up with. And sometimes it's not about chasing what somebody else thinks you should do. You know, what is actually your desire? Your unique desire are the desires that feel honest in your body. They're the things that make you feel what? Expanded, alive, peaceful, excited, safe, and free. And this is important because you cannot create real abundance by choosing someone else's definition of success, right? You have to create your own personal abundance when it comes to money, your choices, your relationship, your work, your health, your spirituality. Your energy begins to support the life you actually want to live. That is when abundance becomes real. Not performative. No, not force. Not, look at me, look at me. Real abundance is the kind you can feel. So let me share something with you. And as I do, I want you to listen for yourself in this. Have you ever felt like that you're making the money and then something else happens and yet you just feel worse? You look at your accounts and you look at thinking, where's everything going? Your credit card is going up. You keep telling yourself, I will deal with it later. And yet there's this underlying feeling of anxiety, shattered and scattered energy, and not quite satisfied, always chasing the next thing, the next purchase, the next investment, the next movement that you hope you're feeling that make you feel better. And you're hoping for that. I mean, does this sound familiar to you? It might be. Because I had a client come in recently, and this is exactly where he was. On the outside, successful, doing everything right, yet inside, he felt lost. And he said to me, which I was very surprised, being a high performer, CEO, he said to me, I don't understand. I'm making more money than ever, yet I feel worse. Wow. And he said, it feels like money is just flying through my hands and none of it is actually creating the life, the feeling. And I remember him saying that, the feeling and the energy I thought it would. Have you ever looked at your life like that? You might have. Like, this should feel better than it does. I looked at him and said, of course it doesn't feel like this. And his jaw dropped, I have to admit, and he just looked at me and it was like, because what you are experiencing is not money issues, it is energy patterns. Now stay with me on this, because when your nervous system is operating from lack, from that pressure, and not enough, your body does what? It doesn't know how to receive the money. It's not open to it. So even when the money comes in, your system stays, not enough. So you're thinking, well, what do? You spend trying to feel relief. You buy, you invest, trying to shift your state. You chase, trying to get ahead of the feeling. Yet underlyingly, what is really happening? Your body still is tight. Your mind is still racing. And your energy is still scattered. So is this landing with you? Because we do this and we don't realize that energy is blocking everything. Let's take a moment here. You know, I want you to ask you, are you seeing your money in this way? Are you trying to create abundance yet still feeling like you are like behind all the time, going, oh, I'm behind all this? Because this is where most people get it wrong. They think, if I just make more, then I can finally feel better. That's not how it is. It really doesn't happen like that. Because you're bringing the same energy into a bigger number of bringing more money in. So this pattern doesn't really change. You just get bigger, not better. So I asked him, paused him. Ooh, I said his name. What are you actually chasing? Not money, not the investment, the purchase. What are you hoping to feel? And he really did sit back and he just looked at me and he said, peace, control. Like I'm okay. And I'm sure you felt that way too, because I know I have. It's like you're not actually chasing the thing. You're chasing how you want to feel. That's a biggie with me. Everything I do is about how do you step in and feel? That is your unique desire, isn't it? And that is where everything shifted for him. It did. He stopped focusing on the money and we started focusing on his energy. And we slowed it down. We brought his nervous system out of urgency and out of reaction, out of that constant loop of more, and we got clear. He really got clear on what he actually wanted in his life and to feel like. And what does abundance look like for you again to go back in your real life? Because as he and his energy began to regulate it, as his thoughts started becoming clearer, his body started to feel safe again. Everything started to change. Not because he had more money or he doubled overnight or anything like that. No, because he changed his relationship to it. He stopped what? Chasing the money. Started choosing the money. And he stopped spending to escape and started aligning with activating actually matters to him. He started to align his energy. So I really want you to hear this and get this because it's so good. It's so important. When your energy becomes clear, your decisions become clear. When your decisions become clear, your results begin to reflect that. That is true abundance. That is abundance. Not just about money, yet money that feels good to receive, good to hold on to, good to use. So if this is you, pause for a moment. Nothing has gone wrong. Your energy is asking for your attention. And when you shift that, everything begins to change. Take this moment in. So before we go any further and go any deeper, let's take a drink of water here because I really want all the awareness and that power yet to experience what creates change for you. Because this is something that I often do with my students, my Reiki students. Because when we gather for Reiki Share and continuing learning that I have with them, what I do is I have them imagine this. So let's just take a minute. This is going to be fun. So just do this with me. I don't know. If money walked into the room right now, as if it were a real person, how would it respond to you? Would you hug it or accuse it? Would you trust it or panic that it is about to leave? What would it feel welcome by you or would it be criticized? This is a big one. What would money say to you about your relationship with it? Pause for a moment. Think about what would money say to you? Would it say, here we go, I trust you and I trust me and more. You never believe I'm enough. Wow, is that what it would say? I come into your life, yet you expect me to disappear. I never feel safe staying with you. You only notice me when you are afraid. Or I'm always being pushed away as fast as I arrive. Wow. I really want you to take a moment on this. This is good stuff. Does it resonate? Does it land? Does it feel familiar to you? Because most people have never realized their relationship with money is emotional before it is what? Financial. Have you ever looked at money like this? Because most people have never slowed down long enough to feel their relationship with it. We treat money like a number, yet we respond to it like it is a relationship. Is emotional? Yes. Because for me, what I feel is it is a feminine energy. And that feminine energy wants to multiply. So let's do something together. Close your eyes just for a moment. Close your eyes. And I want you to visualize a bunch of money, like a lot of money, Okay, you with me? Take a breath and visualize this and see it, feel it. Notice what comes up to you. You're like, are you tense? Is there tense? Is there excitement? Is there fear? Is there pressure? Are you saying, no, stay with me. Don't go away, go away. And this bunch of money. I want you to imagine taking that image. And now I want you to take some diamond light and I want you to blow it up. Ooh, let it go. And I want you to release it. Blow it up. What do you feel? Did you feel relief? Do you feel pain? Do you feel this fear? Do you feel this anxiety? Do you feel freedom? Do you feel like, oh, there's such a loss? There's no right or wrong. This is information. This is for you to look at the energy that's showing up in your current relationship with money. And now we're going to shift it. We got to shift it before we move on, right? Because we got to shift it. And we're going to bring money back in the room. The whole much money, a lot of money. And this time you're going to choose. If money walked in the room, how would you feel about it? And you're going to choose differently now as you imagine all the money and the money is working for you. And it would be smiling. It would be welcoming. And it would say, thank you for always flowing with me. Thank you for showing up in my life every day, all day. I trust that you are always available. Thank you, money. I know I will always have enough and more than enough. Feel that. That is different relationship. That is not chasing. That is not being in fear. That is the connection. That's the trust and the alignment. And that's what Jamie's going to talk about today too. And I want you to ask yourself one more thing. Oops, not that one. Is if money were yes, okay. If money was a person, would you have it? Would you have with it? Because that is that energy. So I'm so glad that you were able to shift it because I really believe that you did shift this energy. Because looking at this and having and being in that shift in that relationship, being in grateful gratitude for this energy of money and the awareness and the intention begins to do what? It becomes easier in your life and you feel that easy energy. Again, let's say it because I love you so much. Everything in my life is easy. And take a breath. Because everything in my life is easy. And I feel it is like this. To come back to yourself and build a new relationship with money. I just showed you all that. So I want you to stay tuned with me right here because when we come back, you're going to meet someone who's not just talking about this. She's living it. She applies it. She's leading with it every day. And Jamie works with people to strengthen their relationship with money, to shift how they show up and to move into real gratitude and abundance. And she's really knowledgeable about it too, because you can feel it and what it looks like. So you're going to experience it now through someone who's actually doing it. So we'll be right back. Stay with me and we'll be right back after this.
If you're listening to the EnergizeUtv, you already know the power of connection. Now imagine sharing your contact info instantly, no typing, no paper, no friction. Our digital business cards let you share your name, phone, social links, and website with one simple scan. Perfect for professionals who want to automate building their network. Ready to upgrade how you connect? Scan the QR code on the screen and get your digital business card built by Java Logics today.
Fabulous. We love Java Logics. Thank you to Preston out of Canada. And here is my digital card. You take a look at that. Take a picture. Holy moly. You will be really impressed. I am too. And you know what? Get with him and he will give you the angel discount every single time. Just say angel sent me and you will get it. You will be like, wow, when you look at this, wow, it is quite stellar. There's videos, everything. Okay. I'll stop. But I want to say to you, thank you for being here. Because I do see you and I celebrate you. And if it wasn't for you helping raise the vibes of the planet, of everything that we have here, I wouldn't be here for almost a decade and over millions of minutes viewed. So thank you. And we're getting ready to bring on the amazing Jamie. So here we go. Let's bring her on right now. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, Angel. How are you?
I am fabulous, and I'm so happy that you were with us. I love you. And ever since I met you and been hanging out, and but you know what? Please, who are you for the viewers and the listeners? Please go ahead and tell us.
Well, as Angel said, I am a financial advisor, but I'm not just a financial advisor. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a lover of all things energy related. I am definitely not the traditional financial advisor. I have so much love and heart to give. And that's why I'm so glad to know you, Angel, because there's just so much to learn when it comes to money and energy. I come with 21 years of experience, a long list of licenses, but really just a passion to educate and help others.
Fabulous. And we met because we shared a stage.
Yes. We met at a very formal event. This was, high intensity for me, and I had to speak. You did as well. And my anxiety was through the roof. I remember sitting in that room, and you were the first one to enter. And what did you do? You did you. You had us close our eyes. You had us breathe in and out. I took that through my whole day, especially leading up to my speaking of time, because I was so nervous about this, and you changed it. So you were a stranger to me, but in that room, you spoke to me. So I know why we had to connect.
It was really a beautiful, and thank you, because the room was like way up here, and you know, she hired me as the event energy conductor, so that was my role. But wow, and then it was like, okay, everybody's good now.
Yes, it was.
So I love it. And I knew immediately after your presentation, I'm like, she needs to be on the show and talk about money because she gets energy. But we do have to take care of that little thing, because you are a licensed financial advisor, and we do need to talk about
compliance. So let's get the legal disclaimer out of the way. And I'm just literally going to read it really quickly, everybody, and then we'll get through and get to the fun stuff. So I am Jamie Martirana. I'm a financial advisor with Matter Wealth Advisors, which is our brand at Cetera Investors. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity. My branch is located at 1702 East Highland Avenue in Suite 204, Phoenix, Arizona, 85016. Cetera Investors is a marketing name of Cetera Investment Services. Securities and insurance products are offered through Cetera Investment Services, LLC, a member of FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services are offered through Cetera Investment Advisors, LLC. Done. We're good.
Okay, there we go. We got to make sure that we're all compliant. But
we're all compliant now.
Yeah, we're good to go. So this is what I want to know, and I think everybody wants to know, is what led you into the space of the wealth advisory, and you know, the whole thing and how you planned. How did you even get into it?
Well, I was an economics major in college, and I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And I just knew math was my favorite subject. Economics just came easy to me. So listen to that, math and economics, the things people dread. For some reason, it just made sense. So I sat in an interview and listened to what a financial advisor does, and it hit home. I've always planned ahead. I've always problem solved. I've always had such a passion for helping others. And then I realized over the last 21 years, everybody always said the same thing to me. I don't get this. This intimidates. It's scary. I'm like, that's why I'm here. I get it. You don't have to get it. I'm here to help you.
Yeah,
So,
and I want to interrupt for a second because when we talked and I asked you some things about mine, that's the same thing that I went through.
yes,
And you
yes,
you broke it in such a beautiful way that I was like, oh, I get it enough to get it, but I don't really
yes,
want to get more of it.
yes. No, no
None of
worries.
us, yeah.
No, no, you just need to know what it's doing. And it comes down to alignment, right? I asked you, what do you want this money to do for you? You tell me the goal, and I just make sure the investment aligns with the goal, and we do what we need to do.
Yeah, and you also said you said what do you want it to do, but you also said what is the energy too. And
Exactly.
that's what got me because I'm like, because a lot of them don't do that. But when you hear the phrase about protecting what matters most, what does that personally mean beyond the financial side?
I think it means everything, right? It's kind of what you said is money has a different definition when you stop thinking about it as money.
Yeah.
It's our family, it's our health, it's it's our practice. It's whatever, fill in the blank. What matters most to you? That's what money can help us accomplish and be. So we just have to stop worrying about it and put the energy towards it and it will happen with a good plan.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a good question is how do you look at money? If money walked in the door right now for you,
Love
what
it.
would it say about you?
It energized me. You know why? Because the harder I work, the more money flows, the more I can give. And I think that's key too. I love to give money to great causes. And guess what? Then it just kind of comes back around. It's just amazing how that happens. So I grew up with a mom who told me if you have one last dollar in your pocket, give it to somebody. They probably need it more than you. And I've just lived
Oh,
my life that way, right? And it all comes full circle. So money should energize us. And if it's not, we have to do something to shift it.
to shift it. Yeah. And what I always say is if when you decide that you're going to go work out and you doing $29 a month and you don't have $20 a month, $29 a month, but you decide I'm going to go do this and I'm going to do it. You always make the money to make it. It does. The universe always, God, however you live, it always shows up.
It
And all
does.
of a sudden you're like, oh, because when you decide that. And there was something that you had on that I thought was really interesting. You have a story about your grandfather and how it shaped the way that you serve your clients. What is that?
So very early on, we all have life happen to us. My grandfather was the only college graduate in all of both sides of my family. He was an engineer. I very much looked up to him, and he worked really, really hard to build a retirement lifestyle. Like I just kept hearing him talk about it. And he finally retired, had his dream home in northern Wisconsin. We're Midwesterners. And then he got diagnosed with terminal cancer. And
Oh,
it's so vivid. I know I was 15 at the time, but it was February. We learned about this. We hoped he'd make it to Christmas. That was the hope. April, we were attending his funeral.
oh wow. That's
It was an intense moment. I lost my mentor, but then the more and more I've gotten into this career, I'm learning this is why I do what I do. There's how many people are just like my grandfather who just keep working and working and working to get to something amazing, but they missed all that other stuff along the way. And there has to just be a balance.
yeah. It is a balance. I have someone in my life. He was 83 and he was still an accountant and he would not stop. He stopped working and he got same thing, and he was gone. And it's like, but he never, and he had all this money, so yeah, he gave it to his kids, but he never lived.
Right? Right?
And see, for me, that's different because I have lived. I have taken so many mortgages out on my house, and people go, Angel, how do you? I don't care. I'm going. I'm going to Paris. I've gone to the Mediterranean. I'm going, and I'll pay it off later. And then what happens? Everything is fine.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
so tell us something. Is most people misunderstood about the emotional weight that they carry about money. And there's a lot of business owners, because the entrepreneurs, the people that are here, are the ones that are on a fixed income, because many are on a fixed income. But what would you say to them about how maybe to do one thing to create, not more money, remember it's the energy. You do.
So step one, and I'll tell you, as soon as I say it, you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to do it. Step one, we sit down and put together a budget. And it's not to scrutinize it, right? It's not, and that's the first thing the client does is they go, oh, they do it, they give it to me, and they're waiting for me to tell them they're doing it all wrong. And that is not why we do this. We do it because now we are aware of money. We have been we haven't been thinking about it. We don't want to. It makes us aware now of how we're spending, where we're spending. It doesn't mean we have to stop spending. I'm the financial advisor who loves my clients to spend money because it means they're enjoying their life. But I always go, you're spending the money, but are we still saving for yourself? Because whenever I get this budget back, and this is why it's step one, I see a lot of items on it. I don't see us on it. I don't see my clients taking care of themselves and putting themselves on it. And that's what I want to change, is we need to be saving for ourselves. We have to be part of our budget. And that's the fun thing to be saving for. And just like everything on that list, we made the money to cover it. We will cover us too. It's just going to come around full circle when we do that.
And that's beautiful. I love that. And also is financial planning is really about life planning. It really, it is. There's so many people that I know that are in their 70s and 80s and they have to go back to work. And I'm like, wow, that's, yeah. And, and I've seen also some of my clients, they change the way that they decide once they thinking about in terms of what if tomorrow isn't guaranteed?
Right. So there's so much to that, right? You've said so much. Are we working because we want to or because we have to?
Yeah.
I have a great story. My dad, he's a workhorse. It's where I got my work ethic. But when I sat down with him at 51 years old, and I asked him when he wanted to retire, he said, never. I'm going to work forever. That's my retirement plan, right? And I didn't listen because I know life happens. And at 6 years old, he had a stroke. And guess what? His body is not allowing him to work forever anymore. No. And so the sooner we can just decide, I want to make a plan. And it's not because I want to stop living. I want to live for today, but plan for tomorrow and be prepared, because now my dad has a plan. Now my dad is living in retirement the way he chooses versus what he would have had to do. So good thing I'm stubborn, right? But I just really think everybody can make what they want happen. It takes that first step of just realizing we have to be aware of what our resources are. And again, it doesn't have to be one way or another. It's just a nice balance.
Beautiful. And I really want you to take this, listeners, because this is writer downers, I love them, is that the awareness. She said the key word. We talked about that a couple of episodes about how important awareness is. So stepping in this. And the other thing that I've seen with business owners, they delay the planning because they're so focused on, I'm growing it and I'm surviving here. So what risk do you see for most of them from that mindset?
So many, but the main thing is we're working, reinvesting in the business. We're not reinvesting in ourselves. So we could, 20 years later, we have a successful business, but what do we have to show for it? Right? Did we save along the way and use that money for ourselves, or did it all get reinvested in the business? And now we hope that it can sell and we can have an exit strategy that we planned, and not life thinking, it has a different strategy for us. So we need that plan so that we're prepared, whether it's the way we want it to go or the way it doesn't go. So I think it's, again, that awareness, we're back to it, is that, and we're busy. Business owners have too much going on. We don't have time. So I just tell them, give me just one sitting, tell me what you need, and then I can take some of that busy off of your plate and start putting that plan together for you.
And this is great, because what is the common blind spot for these successful CEOs, entrepreneurs, mama bears and papa bears? I mean, everyone. What is that? Because we want to have a strategy, because everybody always wants to have strategy for everything. So what is that?
I mean, everybody's situation is different, right? But a lot of times it's just reacting to, oh, taxes are due. I've got to pay my taxes. I've got to do that. Where instead of having, we had a tax bucket, it was already planned, so I can do some investing so I don't have to pay as much in taxes, right? That's amazing when we can plan for taxes plus plan to pay less in taxes. There's a strategy to that, but we have to have done it previous, not just react to it.
Right, and that's emotional. It is.
It is.
Because the fear, the control, and you even, they have burnout too. That is really, that is the comment, and it influences our financial decisions. And when people realize that, then they can shift it, right?
Yes. Yeah. We just have to slow down a minute and kind of remember what we're trying to accomplish here. I think we get all busy, and it's already almost June and nobody knows where the year went, right? And we were worried about 2025 taxes. Now it's 2026. It's just, I get it. I absolutely get it, respect it. It's just, I make my people just pause for a minute and go, listen, we can do this differently. We just need to pause, think about what we're trying to accomplish here, and plan it out.
And it's great, because what you're saying too is when you shift that from, I need to build more, and that's usually what it is. I need to go to LinkedIn class, and I need to go here and do this, and I need to know. And instead of that, into, I need to protect and enjoy what I've built.
Yes.
That's personally where I'm at right now. I'm like, Angel, you've been doing this for 30 years.
Yes.
And you've been, the last book that I wrote is 10 years. The other one was like a year ago. But now it's time, let's enjoy and build on that. Because that's when we think about the legacy, right?
Yes. So we don't know how long we're going to be on this earth, and how do we want to be remembered? And it's not going to be that busy hustle. It's going to be, the experiences. It's going to be our family moments. It's going to be whatever, again, fill in the blank is important to us. And we need to have the money to have the time to do all of that. And a legacy can be built when we're 0 years old. Not because they build it, but my kiddos, guess what? Their financial plan started when they were 0 years old. Little do they know, they're already building a legacy for their children. But there's some amazingness that can happen when, again, we start and we just plan and we get it in place. And I think 20, 30 years down the road and go, it's going to be okay because I have a plan for it. It'll change. It'll never look like what I thought it would today.
Yeah,
but
it will. It always does, because abundance is a result of what? Aligned thinking, aligned action, and aligned energy.
Yes.
That's what I love about how you look at that.
Yes.
Because how you hold the money determines the way the money stays with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Big things.
So this has just been great, but now we're moving into the shine round. One word, short phrase, prompts that you feel. So one word your clients would use to describe you.
Dependable. Does that sound boring? It's a good one.
No.
It can always
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. When it comes to money, that's my biggest thing. If you do not answer my phone, or you're not available, you're not dependable, I'm not going to.
It's fair.
We're all like, that's, yeah. So anyway, I like that. So one word that defines alignment for you.
Balance. I'm a Libra. I need the balance.
You get to have that. Okay. So one word you want people to feel after being around you. I know what I felt.
Peace.
Yeah. And
What were
for
you going to
me,
say, though?
yeah, for me, I felt inspired. And because I'm thinking about after your presentation, then I got to talk to you afterwards, and it was like, yeah. And that was the important part, because I felt motivated and inspired instead of, oh, I don't want to talk about money and it wasn't like that. So I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
So one word that represents your leadership style. Ooh.
Say coach. I love to coach. I love to be on the same playing field.
Okay.
You didn't love that
one.
one.
I know, because I'm like,
No.
we could go deeper on that. But hey, nothing's wrong or right.
Okay.
Yeah. So one word you are known for.
Yeah. Connections. I love connecting. Yes.
Yeah. And I love this one. One thing you stand for no matter what.
Integrity.
Yeah, that came to me right away. It was like, because you have integrity and it just comes out through you when you walk into a room. That is who you are. One word your energy teaches others.
Vibrance. Is that a good one? Vibrance.
Ooh, that is a good one. I love these. This was really fun to do with you. Yeah, I really like that. So let's go back, because I love that round, because it makes you think. And, you gave us the most common, and, I kind of want to go back to that, because what is the most common pitfalls or blind spots? Let's go back to that, that you could say that, because I think we went, anyway, so go ahead and answer that.
I think it's just either I don't want to begin, I don't know how to begin, I don't understand this. It's a lack of understanding or where to go for the knowledge. And we all have our specialties. I just am really good at understanding financial planning. I wish I could be a doctor. I wasn't built for that, right? I could read book upon book about books, and I still would not be a doctor that was going to be a surgeon on anybody, right? Or do what I was supposed to be doing. I just come with lots of experience, expertise, and resources. And my clients don't have to come to me with the knowledge. They just have to come to me with what they want, what really matters to them. And then I can use all that experience and knowledge and teach them what's out there in a very easy to understand manner. And now we can get things going. So I think really the biggest barrier is just, I get it, you don't get it. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah, and
we can't be afraid of it anymore, because as soon as we're ready to shift, exactly what you started with, as soon as we're ready to be motivated by money walking in the door, it's going to shift.
Yeah, it's going to shift. So take us through. You're here with a client and they come in.
Yes.
You can even use me, because but we won't say that, but you could. I'm here. And then where'd you take them?
So we're anxious and now we're at peace, right? I think everybody after they leave me go, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I'm like, it's not the dentist. I understand though. They come with a lot of anxiety. They come with a lot of, I'm not going to understand. And they leave with everything she said made sense. And if I don't understand something she said, to ask questions, that's okay. And the longer, we get in the process, they realize, oh my gosh, this is becoming more familiar. It is okay. It's complex, but I'm going to focus on the simple. And I know the complexity is being taken care of. It's a good path.
Beautiful. I love that. And as we move to the next is, you have a free gift for us. And what is that?
Well, it's not the material gift. It's me. It's a complimentary sitting with me to look at an established plan or to build a plan, just to really give my knowledge and my education. I love to put myself in my client's situation, and then they ask me lots of questions, and I tell them, how they can be supported with a plan. On your screen, you're going to see how to find me. You can email me. You can go to my website. There's a place to book an appointment, but these will all be complimentary and just all education filled, just like you experienced. It helps you understand what you have and puts you more at ease.
You want to reach out, go ahead and reach out to her on her website for sure. And but before we leave, I want final words from you.
Angel, I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for your space and the people who tuned in. I'm just very, very grateful for what I know and what I can give. So thank you for the time.
You are so welcome. And we're going to have you back on because I want to go in a different route, and I already figured it out. So we're going to go somewhere different with it. So that'll be exciting after you help me and do some stuff with me. So thank you so much.
I got you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye now. Oh my gosh. Wasn't she just like wonderful? She had some really good golden nuggets. I so appreciate that. But you know what? For right now, I would love to gift you a membership to my energy reset session. This is where we take time to connect to our breaths, our movement, and simple practices of movement with Tai Chi. And you'll feel this clear, grounded, and back in control energy. And I want that for you because when you feel that way, everything else will come together. And it's so beautiful when it does. So I love that. So go ahead and click on that, on the QR code, and take me up on it. And I can't wait to see you in the morning for it. And you know what? With that too, is I also want you to go to angelmarieshines.com. And if you feel this beauty and this love, these are the foundations of what my work is from these 2 books. Yes, I have 12 books, but these are the 2 that I use mostly. And I'd love to sign one of those and personally give that to you as a sign at angelmarieshines.com. Go ahead and scan the QR code and go for it, because that is the powerful part of how you step into more of your energy, understanding and seeing that you are amazing. You are amazing. And this is why it matters to you. And it does hold all the foundation of almost 30 years of my teaching, and it's available for you. So mark your calendar for next week. We have a beautiful guest coming on for next week, so you don't want to miss out. So mark your calendar, because I'm always here on Thursdays at 11 o'clock Pacific with conversations that what I hear from people help you to step into your power, your wonderfulness. So remember that the energy of your life is like music of your life. So keep it tuned, keep it flowing, and keep it shining so bright, because I'm going to be here. Because I love giving you those golden nuggets from the beauty of my guest to what I bring you also. Remember, this isn't just a show. It's a movement. It's a global impact. So until next time, keep igniting your energy, activating your joy, and always elevating your abundance. And I will see you next week on EnergizeUtv, where energy meets modern life. Keep shining your light and keep shining bright. I love you so much. Until I get to see you next time. Before you go, take a moment and ask yourself one simple question. What am I taking with me from this conversation? I'm Angel Marie, and this is EnergizeUtv.